the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the podcast.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, no.
Podcast.
I'm just on car sales here, mate, and I can't get rid of my Tesla.
Oh, take it easy with my podcast.
I don't have a Tesla, and this is the thing. People are struggling at the moment to offload Teslas. Elon hasn't done himself any favours with his allegiance to Donald Trump.
No.
And he can't sell any cars. Do you know what? I'm going to tell you how much they've dropped off the face of a cliff in Australia.
Do you know what?
They can't even offload them on car sales as well. The second-hand Teslas are going for quite cheap, but no one will buy them because the old Musk dog.
Chae, who works on the show, he's got one, and someone spat on his back the other day. All over his
It was
boot.
not related to the car. Had nothing to do with the car.
Oh, sorry. And sorry, I just was a bit upset at work.
Sorry, so nothing to do with the Tesla.
No, completely too...
Someone spat on him, didn't it?
Yeah, completely unrelated.
Right. Was it on the bottom of the car
Tommy,
or the boot of the car? Or?
Could you say that I've sort of settled down a little bit with spitting on team members? I don't do it as much anymore, do I?
You spat on me last week, though.
I'm so sorry, Jess.
Yeah. Thank you
That was supposed to be off the balcony, which is not even in the studio.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Today is the 2nd of April, which means yesterday was the 1st of April. Great time to have a bit of a bloody laugh, guys. A couple of funnies that were flying around yesterday. We had some Vegemite donuts that were delivered, Tommy, by...
that was fun.
Yeah, that was a bit of a laugh. Jess and I pretended to have an argument in the office to test out your management training.
That was lots of fun.
Yeah.
Tom gave me 2 swearing warnings.
That's on our
language warning.
That's on our Instagram now, yes.
Quite impressed, Tom. You did stand up. Thank you very much for defending team members. That's an amazing effort.
Really good training, Tommy. But I want to give the award for the best joke that I saw yesterday to the Department of Education. Who would have thought we'd be sitting here on the 2nd saying, well done, on one of the great jokes, Department of Education? They stitched up Wollongong High. And this was a great moment. All the kids are there. It's a meeting. They're in year 12. Have a listen.
In year 11.
Oh, year 11, should I say? Have a listen to this.
Okay. Good morning, year 11. Hope we are all well this morning. I have some really significant news. This news will affect you all directly and will impact your HSC and graduation dates. With this said, a mandatory year 13 has been added to your educational pathway. And therefore, you will no longer be graduating in 2026. You will now be graduating in 2027. Thank you. So it is compulsory that you complete your 13th year. There is one other vital piece of information that I need to share with you. Wollongong High School of the Performing Arts this year was selected to be a part of the 2025 April Fool's Day joke.
Got him.
There are hidden cameras all around the room.
I didn't know the Department of Education were known for their jokes, but April Fool's
very
were
funny.
Everyone's
and then,
welcome.
The rest of the audio was very funny when they said, nah, just joking. You've all failed.
You've all failed, and your mum and dad hate you. See you guys, have a good one. Got him a beauty.
It would be for, you are so keen to get out of there, aren't you? Like school, you are done and dusted. By year 12, to know that you had to come back for another year, there would have been people organising gap years and schoolies and...
Made a lot better than the joke that was played on me yesterday, which continued to happen around the office where people would go, you look like you've lost weight. April Fools.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not funny, Jess. Don't use the laughter.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Could we start doing Nova excursions?
Tommy, take us.
Get in the car, kids.
Dinosaur Safari is stomping into Sydney Zoo and Eastern Creek. It's free with your zoo ticket, so don't miss out. Book at sydneyzoo.com.
You need to register on the Nova Player app or Nova FM. Lana is our carryover champ. She started last Friday. Can she go all the way through to this Friday? Hi, Lana.
Good morning, how are you?
Lana, how is the pressure at St Justin's Catholic Primary?
Oh, look, you know what? Their staff there have been amazing. They've They've been listening in on my progress. They're giving me, telling me good luck. It's been really good.
Yeah, I mean, you are the carryover champ, so the pressure is on. Every teacher, every kid at that school or on park is hoping that you continue all the way through. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I just had a look at your category today. You've gone geography and countries. Tough one, Lana. Tough.
Yes.
All right.
All right, but you're up against Zoe. She's from Fairvale Public School in Fairfield. Hi, Zoe.
Morning, boys. How you going?
Good, Zoe. What year do you teach?
I'm on kindergarten this year.
I love it, Zoe. I love it.
And
Go,
you're
you
doing,
good thing.
You're doing English, Zoe.
Yes, but
Okay.
hopefully
Better
it's
you,
okay.
better you than me. All right.
All right, here we go. You've got to get past Lana. Lana is kicking us off with geography and countries. Lana, 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to see how many
problem.
questions you get correct.
Okay.
And whoever gets through goes through carryover champ. Here we go, Lana. Your 30 seconds starts now. What is the most common language spoken in Brazil?
English. Brazilian Spanish.
No, it's Portuguese. Is the Great Wall of China 11,000 kilometres or 21,000 kilometres, Lana?
21,000 kilometres.
Yes. What is the smallest country in the world?
Australia.
No, Vatican City. What is the national dish of Scotland, Lana?
Black pudding.
No, haggis.
Yep.
The Olympics originated in which country?
Greece.
Yes. Which continent is the largest?
3. We got
Asia.
3. Asia is correct. It was after the buzzer, though. Tommy, is it
Okay.
in or out?
Oh, we could take it. We could take it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4,
we could
is
take
it?
it.
Lana,
It's right on.
congratulations. You've snuck in the last one. That's right. Haggis is what we needed, but we gave it to you anyway. Okay.
Yeah. And Brazil it's Portuguese, Lana. Geez, you had some tough ones there.
Yep. Tough round. 4
Look,
for Lana.
I'm pretty happy with how I went. So
Yeah,
thank you.
Good on you,
You did
Lance.
very well. Let's go to Zoe now. Zoe, your category is English. 30 seconds on the clock. Zoe, your time
Okay.
starts now. What is the technical term for a doing word, Zoe?
Verb.
Yes. Which author wrote Matilda?
Roald Dahl.
Correct. How do you spell the animal giraffe?
Giraffe.
Correct. Is a book that presents factual information considered fiction or non-fiction?
Non-fiction.
Yes. A person, place or thing is known as a what?
Noun.
Yes. Haiku and acrostic are both types of what?
Poems.
Yep. What is the plural word for child?
Children.
Doesn't matter. She's got it. She's got it. We have a brand new champ. Zoe took it out 7-4. Lana, we say thank you and well done.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, Lana, you're a treat, and well done to everybody at St
Tommy.
Justin's.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tommy, I know it's not the whole of Sydney Zoo, but can we please send a couple of family passes to Sydney Zoo for Lana?
Yeah, you bet. Absolutely. On the way to you, Lana.
Zoe.
Thank you so much for that, guys. Thank you.
Good on you, Lance. Thanks for being part of it. Zoe, you're our new current champ. And
Thank
just
you.
the confidence was very high, Zoe.
Oh, shaking in my boot.
No,
But it's okay.
you killed it.
Well,
Thank
you know
you.
what, Zoe, as well, the Dinosaur Safari, it's stomping into Sydney Zoo in Eastern Creek. It's free with your zoo tickets, so don't miss out and book at sydneyzoo.com. For anyone else out there, register on the Nova Player app or at Nova FM. You could be playing tomorrow.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about the reputation of Elon Musk since his allegiance to Donald Trump.
USA.
It's dropped because Tesla is just in free fall. I heard whispers about this, and I didn't know it had dropped so much in Australia. So Tesla sales in Australia have plunged by 72%.
Yeah.
That's just in Feb. So they sold 1,500 cars in Feb this year. This time last year, 2024, they sold 5,600 Tesla vehicles.
Well, I think that the EV market has dropped off in a big way too, and that's the other thing.
No,
So-
it hasn't, mate.
Yeah, it
because,
has.
But the Chinese
Chinese have got
EVs,
their versions.
Yeah.
BMW have said we're not going to make them in the future. There's just
but-
a lot of question around it, and Elon has not helped in any way.
No, so sales in Europe are down 42%. China's down 50%. The other one as well, in Feb this year, Australia's used car market was inundated with Tesla second-hand cars.
Yeah.
The entry-level Model 3. 31% month-on-month more are being sold on car sales. I didn't know it had dropped off that much. Gwen's got one in Lilyfield. Are you a proud Tesla owner, Gwen?
I am. I love it, I have to say. And I just hope that no one throws a bucket of paint over me.
Oh, look, you're not going to be picked on, I hope. I don't think it'll happen like that here, Gwen. What do you love about your Tesla?
I love that I plug it in every night and I don't have to go to the servo ever to put petrol in my car.
Yeah, so you live in a house, do you, Gwen?
I do, yes.
Yeah. So, Gwen, with his allegiance to Donald Trump, has that swayed you at all, or it doesn't bother you?
No, it does bother me. I did live in the US for a number of years. I've only just come back, so it does bother me a lot. But Tesla is a meme stock, so it doesn't really matter what the sales are doing. It's a matter of whether people think they're going to make money or lose money out of buying and selling their shares.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
that's how I justify it to myself.
It is a meme stock.
It is. So,
Gwen, do you know, is there a Cybertruck in Australia yet? Has anyone got one here?
I hope not. They are the ugliest things in the world.
I quite like it.
You don't want to own one in America at the moment because they are being vandalised,
you wouldn't even know if you saw one on the road, mate. They're so subtle, you wouldn't even notice it.
Are they the Ed Hardy of cars?
I think they are. They are. Amy and Gregory Hills, you've seen a huge shift against Teslas, have you?
Yeah, guys, how are you?
Good, Amy. Are you in the industry or...?
Well, no, I work for a very, very massive company and we do the fleet car leases. They have had other employees trial the Tesla because I'm too much of a lead foot. I wasn't allowed to, but everybody said, hell no, don't go there. The size, the functionality, just everything, the practicality of it, just nothing was working, even just to fit enough stuff in there for us to take to stores to do our work. It's just not good.
Interesting,
And the whole thing of electricity. But what if the electricity goes out in the world? We're screwed. And after that Obama movie, I don't want to be controlled by a car running over a cliff. So,
wow, Amy, there was a fair bit going on,
wasn't there? The hard part is that there's some great cars. Like, Jess, you've got the BYD, the Build Your Dreams.
Yeah, I've got the Atto 3.
And that's an awesome
It's a really good car if you're looking for it. And not that expensive either.
No. Do you know the other issue I've got with the Tesla too? Chae, who's got a Tesla, he did something the other day with his Tesla, and I didn't realise you could configure your car to do this. But what do you do with your car?
Look, it's not something that a car should be able to do, but my car can fart.
So it makes a fart sound effect at the push of a button, Tom.
Yeah.
You can configure your Tesla to do that.
What? Instead of the horn, Chae?
You can change it to be the horn. You can change the blinker to fart for you as well when you change it.
So we're walking away from Chae's car and I just hear this huge fart. Who was that? Oh, it's the car.
Chae also had a bad experience.
I've had a couple of bad experiences.
What happened?
And I kind of thought it would happen, but I didn't think it would happen very quickly. So crossing the road, I've had guys look at me, look at the car, look up at me, and then give a little nod like, you idiot. And I thought it would happen.
It's the Elon Musk factor, isn't it,
It is,
Chae?
absolutely. And I'm worried to park my car in places because I'm worried it's going to get vandalised. So I'm constantly looking for somewhere to park where it's not going to be...
You sure it's your car? Are you sure they're not looking at you with a bit of a wink or something?
Maybe they know
Chastity?
I work on this show.
I must admit, I mean, we've got a hybrid at the moment, and I want to go electric because, and this is the other thing, if you can get solar panels at home and rebate from the government and get your solar panels, then if you can get an electric car, I mean, these cars, a Tesla has around about 500 kilometres in one charge.
Yeah, and it cost me about $22, $23 a week to charge, and I was paying $160, $170 in fuel costs alone.
How much are they, Chae?
Mine was about $60,000.
Right. So you're paying a bit of money.
You are, but it is a luxury car.
If I was to pick a hole in it at all, I'm still frustrated by the design of the door handle. Every time I get an Uber and they've got one of those things, you've got to push the door handle in to get the door handle out.
Can we just have a chat to Mona? Mona's given us a call. You work for Roadside Assistance. What are you seeing, Mona?
I've seen a lot of people calling in just for the fact that most of them don't know how to use electric vehicles.
Yeah, yep. And does that get you frustrated?
Oh, look, I mean, I think I'm more frustrated for people that, you're on a road trip and you run out of electricity in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I think that becomes, a big deal for a lot of people. And I think they think, oh, yeah, I'll make it to the next charging station. And they never do. So they're always giving us a buzz. And not only that, with most electric vehicles, there's no extra tyre in the car, so guess what?
That's a spare
You
tyre.
can't get off with a tyre. You need to get towed somewhere to get it fixed.
Have you got one fixed?
Yeah,
spare
but see,
tyre?
in the hybrid I do.
Yeah.
In a hybrid I do. But see, this is the thing. If you're a family that goes on massive road trips regularly, I can understand you're not getting an electric car. But let's be honest, a majority of us, how many big road trips are you going on where you use 500 kilometres?
That's just human error. You know you're not going to get that far. You don't go that far, you idiot.
This is the thing. This is everyday life. This is everyday life. If you just need to get to work and back, electric is, and I mean, like you said, Whip, it's dropped off the sales at the moment, so you can get. They're the cheapest cars to buy at the moment because there's so many discounts on them. If it's better for the environment, why aren't we considering it?
And if your car can fart, well, then that's great news, Chae.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Well, the 100, it's the season 8 of the 100. It kicks off tonight, 7:30 on Channel 9 and 9 now. Already introduced him. Andy Lee, welcome back.
Hey, buddy.
Nice to be back. Nice to have the season back. Soph,
Yep.
Mike Goldstein, Hamish Blake. Heard he's difficult to deal with, but
always
risk having him on tonight.
Okay.
For the 100.
Hey, before we get on to the 100, because I always say, if you're going to come on the show, can you line up a couple of questions? Because I want to try and feel smart. Can we talk about dimmies and tinnies? I've got to be careful saying tinnies. I nearly said the wrong thing.
Yes,
Mate,
that's a whole different franchise, which I think would work pretty well, to be honest.
It would. I mean, there was another restaurant that had schnitz and another word that rhymed with it.
Hooters has gone into bankruptcy. Did you hear that? Over in the States, there could be an opportunity for dimmies and tinnies. And
I'm a little bit peeved is the word I choose to use. Like, how long have we known each other?
Yes.
Like, how long? Forever?
I'd say, it's a bit sad, but nearly 30 years.
And to this point in time, I haven't had one of your dimmies. And I'm like, why have I not gone out and bought a spare freezer to stack it with these dimmies?
Well, that's new, so
that's not the point.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
I should have been there at sample time.
That is true, though. You should have been there at sample time. I had the same call from Mick Malloy and Sam Pang. They're like, we are dimmies and tinnies.
Yeah. That's our whole life.
This is my dream.
Andy, can I be naive here? And it's similar to a Chico roll. I have no idea what the ingredients are in a dimmy.
Well, that's what started this. That's what started this whole project. We were sitting around. It was actually COVID, and we're like, would it be funny to make a premium dim sim where you actually knew what's in it? Because the mystery is part of the enchanting thing of a dim sim. So it took us forever. It took us 4.5 years.
Jeez, wow.
Like the amount of testing that has done. We had my mate Paulie Donnelly. He's a top class chef out of New York. We flew him out. And the whole thing was like, let's see if we can make a premium dim sim. We finally cracked it, and then we had pop ups because the minimum run was 12,000 dim sims.
Awesome.
So we had pop up stores, and then someone at Coles came to one of those stores and said we'd like to put them in stores. So that's why they're around nationwide at the moment.
Oh my God!
Is it like the 11 herbs and spices? You can't give anything away?
No, you can just read it on the side of the pack.
There's no secret, mate.
There's no secret. But the thing was, the first ones we made, we were thinking, because there's cabbage in dim sims.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're like, let's down the cabbage and up the meat. That would make something premium.
Yeah.
Turns out they don't hold together.
Oh, without the cabbage?
Yeah, the cabbage is one of the things that holds it together and holds it to the skin. So we just ended up with like a meatball that was rolling around loose inside his skin.
It's like a dumpling.
Yeah, well, but it kind of worse because they would rattle. Like they'd come off the skin.
Jingle dimmies.
Yeah, like when you get the needle caught in the Sharon. And the footing. It was just so...
No.
So, yeah, that's why we had to do some more testing.
Do you know what I'm blown away by too? Like, I mean, I don't think we've done a Must Be Nice on this show when you've been here, but to think to yourself, all right, we've got dimmies, people love them. We've got tinnies, everybody loves a beer. That's great. To go to extremes, Ando, and go and buy a pub in New York just so you could serve your dimmies and tinnies, I thought was a bit much. Must be nice. Congratulations.
Must be very nice. No.
Pub looked awesome.
It's been fun. Old Mates, it's called. If you're ever in New York City and you miss home, head to Old Mates. But Paddy Mills ran his run club. We're the first pub, we reckon, to do a run club.
Awesome.
We've got a pier to pub.
Yeah.
Every Thursday. So New Yorkers run from the pier, end up at the pub, and Paddy Mills led it on a bike the other day, which is awesome.
How many did he get out with him? Did he get quite a few with him?
Oh, yeah, there was hundreds and hundreds.
Good
so
on
we
him.
packed the pub after it, and he was doing a shoey out of his basketball boots when he got in there, and I was like, aren't you playing in a couple of days? And he ended up shooting 14 points in 7 minutes, so it might have been the
Did he? It was the dimmies.
Yes.
Hey, Formula One the other day, you took your nephew as well, Kit.
Yep.
Did you see any big celebs down there in pit lane? Was it good? Was it a good weekend?
It was poor. It was raining.
Oh, of course.
So pit. Anyone that didn't want to get their hair wet was vacant of pit lane.
Right.
Of course.
Which is most of the people that try to get down to pit lane, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it was a clear walk for Kit and I. But it was where we had our ponchos on. We're in the stands.
I love that.
And God, he was cold. Uncle Andy had not prepared for the weather.
Uncle Andy. Always trust Uncle Andy.
So he had a half-hour shower when he got home.
Can you
just warm up.
Can you give us a run through of the 100? Can you test Fitzy and I?
Oh,
Can
I'd
you give
love
us a couple of
Would
questions?
love to. Okay, we're starting because of a new family friendly slot of 7:30 tonight.
Oh, great.
On Channel 9. We start with the topic of families.
Okay.
What % of Aussies have been busted as a teenager sneaking out to go party?
Oh, glad you said sneaking out there.
I wasn't sure what you were going to say.
Sneaking out to see a party. I would say, I mean, does everyone do it? No, they don't.
60%.
I'm going to say 45%.
Nearest to the pin?
26%.
Interesting.
Boom.
We learn a lot about the people when they answer, and you obviously both went out the window occasionally.
Yes, we did.
Okay, how about this one? What % of Aussies have a secret family?
Oh, what a great topic.
What?
Tommy, do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I prefer to remain quiet on this one, Ando.
Sure, but you are in Thailand a lot.
Thank you.
That was a great trip, Tom.
Yes.
And go on.
Yeah,
Fitz.
go. I'll say 8%.
I'm going to say 10. I think it's more than you think.
1 in 10 people. 1 in 10 people.
It wouldn't surprise me. You just don't know about it, Ando. Now it's all revealed.
5%.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's still a lot.
Isn't it?
It's still a lot.
That's crazy.
And tonight on the show, we said, does anyone feel comfortable talking about it? And someone said, rang their doorbell, and suddenly they were there talking about their secret family.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, which is news to us. Okay, who got that one? Fitz again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is for Laurie. What % of Aussies stack their cutlery in the dishwasher with the handles facing up?
Oh, horrible.
What do you do, Whip?
Well, I'm going to rack. I've got a rack.
Oh, it must be nice.
Yeah,
must be really nice.
We've got a rack as well.
I'm racking it, but I'm thinking back to the old stack. The stack rack.
So the handle's up, okay, yeah, well, which that's the obvious one. I'll say 75% of Aussies do that.
Really?
Because they're lazy.
But the bit that goes in your mouth
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be at the top.
should be facing up. Should be clean.
Access to the wash. I'm going to go...
Clean the handle.
I
gonna go
thought
50.
the wash comes from underneath.
No.
Nah. Oh, it comes both ways,
Yeah, but you want it
actually.
exposed. You don't want the coverage of the basket.
Yeah, and then the food can sit in the basket.
Oh,
and wrap
Ando
around.
50 for me. Straight down the middle.
Whipper, you've got one. 46%. More people are doing it with the bit you eat off facing up. And I think that's the correct manner.
Thank God we got there, Ando. Love you, buddy. So excited.
Thanks,
The 100
guys.
with Andy Lee returns season 8 tonight, 7:30 p.m. on 9 and 9 now. See you, buddy.
See you guys.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Cape Ritchie podcast.
A couple of big names have been announced for conferences in Australia. Actually, one's outside of Australia. But this is fascinating.
What do you got?
First one is overseas, and the headline sucked me in. Clickbait for the old Fitzgerald. Cancelled Australian TV chef Pete Evans lands massive new gig. And I'm thinking, what, My Kitchen Rules is back? What's going on here?
So you clicked on it?
No, on Monday, Pete took to Instagram to announce that he's been invited to be a speaker at the world's largest Bitcoin convention held in Las Vegas.
I didn't know Pete was into the old coin, the old Bitcoin.
The old crypto, Pete.
How many names and titles has this guy got?
I mean, everyone in the cryptocurrency industry will be stoked to see Pete there. He will be talking about, I think it's about health and wealth for long-term health and wealth for all.
Okay. So
Bitcoin Vegas. So tickets will set you back $500 to $3,000 just to go along with that Bitcoin conference to see Pete Evans.
They're not taking money in Bitcoin. Can you not pay in Ethereum or Ripple?
Actually, that's
why are they taking dollars? It's against what they're trying to promote.
How's this one, though? There is a property conference on the Gold Coast. I'm just trying to work out when the dates are. It doesn't say here, but there's a big one coming. And John McGrath has organised it. You know John McGrath? He was...
McGrath.
And McGrath Real Estate from years ago. There's 31 speakers there. Kamala Harris is coming to Australia to speak at a property conference on the Gold Coast.
She didn't say this in a debate against Trump, but she's a huge fan of a two-bedroom apartment, I think in Mermaid Beach.
Tickets start at $595 and they go up to $1,695. So what does Kamala Harris have to do with real estate? Well, she championed policies aimed at making housing more affordable in the US. Bit of a stretch.
I have heard I've got the inside word on this.
Okay.
I shouldn't say it. She's a huge Wet n Wild fan. So she really just wants to go to Wet n Wild. She wants to go on the Twister. And she doesn't really care for Queensland property.
She'll do all three. Movie world, dream world. She'll do them all.
She wants to meet Batman.
Mauricio Umansky will be there. He's from Buying Beverly Hills. I can understand him. And then you've got some inspiration in Emma McKeon and Ariane Titmus. But Kamala Harris is coming to the Gold Coast to speak at a property conference. Wow. How quickly you go. It feels like the election, the US election was yesterday, and now she's
moved
speaking at a conference on the Gold.
And a big fan of Schoolies Week.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Champion Alexander Volkanovski with a signature performance tonight. Alexander, the great Volkanovski.
He's the Wollongong boy and UFC 314. Who would think you're in Wollongong right now? You're about to go to Miami and you're about to fight in UFC 314. Now you can get it pay-per-view via main event and KO from 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, April 13. And the man himself, he's down in a gym in Wollongong before he jets off. He joins us now. The Volk, welcome!
Hello, buddy!
Hey, how are you?
Firstly, can I apologise for interrupting your routine? I mean, you're in the gym right now.
Good, no worries at all. I can... But the wife always says I can't do two things at once, and I'm proving it wrong right now.
Yep, he's working out and having a chat. Well done, buddy. How's the preparation been? This has been a long campaign. Your last fight was last Feb. How you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling good. It has been a very, very long camp. Been training very hard, but we're at the end of it. So my last hard session today, actually, and then we'll head over. So, yeah.
You told us that there's a 14-week lead-up to a fight like this. Volk, is it fair? We've spoken to fighters about this before. Some fighters say that the actual fight is the easy bit. It's the training leading up to a fight that's the hard bit, Volk. So what's been the hardest bit leading up to this fight? Like, how hard do you go in a day?
Yeah, man, that's definitely that's the truth. You know, everyone will say it. And it's legit, like a preparation, especially the camp that we do, like our sort of schedule that we have and our workload and intensity in the training, much harder than the fight itself. You know, I always say, like in the gym, like especially the workout that I'm going to be doing today.
Yep.
After this one, the fight going bad, right? So you're preparing for the worst, possible outcome in a fight, right? So you're preparing for absolute war, but sometimes you go out there and fight and you can make easy work, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I plan on doing in next weekend. So but I'm prepared for battle. I'm prepared for war if need be. But training's very, very hard.
Vulcan, how do you remain focused? I mean, when you're there in the moment, I can understand that. But right now in the gym, at the same time, you're about to have your fourth kid, mate. There's a bit going on.
There is a bit going on, but that's all right. Like there's always something going on. I'm always busy. So
when's the bub due, mate?
The bub's due September.
Awesome.
So it's going to be close to my birthday. So.
Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome.
Now, you have another talent that we didn't know about. We spoke about this morning, Volk. Jordan Mailata. Now, he is an NFL superstar. For anyone out there, he just won Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's about to get a $300 million contract, and the man can sing. Here's a little bit of Jordan Mailata singing. He's unbelievable.
He's good.
Now, we didn't know this, but Alexander Volkanovski can also sing as well. This was at a press conference the other day.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
Go, Volk.
Over again. Don't make me change my mind. I won't live to see another day. I swear it's true.
Is that Volk? Is that like an emo band, or is it a significant song for you?
Yeah, well, that's what it was. So my opponent, he's got a crazy hairstyle. He's got like a full mullet in the back, and then he's got this full emo like fringe thing at the front. So that's what I mean. Like that's how it come about. It's like I don't get it. Like he's got full cowboy at the back, but at the front it's just guys tonight will be. And it's just that's the vibe I get. So.
Volk, when you win,
it's funny.
When you win UFC 314, I reckon there's another song in it. Can you come up with another song for when you have a win? We need a victory song, buddy.
Yeah, I reckon I could do something like that. What, you reckon along the same lines or something completely different? We go an emo song again? Or?
Panic at the Disco, or maybe a My Chemical Romance or something like that. The Black Parade, you could do that.
Yeah, there's a few there. There's definitely a few there. I'll look up some songs. I've got plenty of time while I'll be travelling.
I'll
find the right song.
Thanks, buddy.
Find the right notes. The pitches that I need, and I'll try and nail it.
Do you know what?
Hey, Volk. Before we do go, it was the last time we spoke to you. We spoke about your relationship with Mark Zuckerberg and how he loves fighting. He's got fit himself. You play poker with Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, but also we just wanted. Did you go to Zuck's wife's 40th where he came out as Benson Boone? Were you lucky to be there, Volk?
No, I missed that one. I actually missed that one, but I've seen some of the videos. That would have been great.
Have you seen him recently?
I've seen him when was it? Well, yeah. So when I was as you said, when I played poker, that was for the press conference where I sung the song.
Yep.
So that weekend I ended up watching the UFC event that was on, and he was there as well. So then, got to catch up, say hello.
And he's locked in for UFC 314, isn't he?
I reckon he could be there. Don't know yet, but obviously he's a busy man, so I won't hold him to it. But we'll see.
I mean, if he really wants to show his friendship, he'd get in the ring and sing with you afterwards. He'd do a duet in the ring afterwards, Volk.
Oh yeah, we'll see if we can make that happen.
It's not crazy, mate. It's not crazy.
Mate,
go viral. That'd be good, huh?
I mean, I'm getting nervous now even thinking about it. It is next weekend, Sunday, April 13, and if you want to go check it out, you can get it via Main Event and KO from 12 p.m. on Sunday. UFC 314. Volk, on behalf of everyone here in Sydney, mate, we love you, and we wish you all the best, mate, on behalf of Australia.
I appreciate it. Hey, I'm going to get that belt back, and then I'll come in the studio with him and we'll have a proper chat.
Yes, go you good.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about love, because this is a great idea, Fitz. And I take my hat off to the idea of combining your love for football and your love for love. Arsenal, the Premier League team, they're launching a blind dating show called The Big Match. So the whole idea is, and if you go to the Arsenal website, they're looking for singles who both barrack for Arsenal that are prepared to go along on their first date, sit in the stands and meet somebody for the very first time with the hope of falling in love.
Swannies have already done this.
Well, the Swannies have singles nights, don't they?
Yeah, and
Great idea.
it's very popular. I think there's. I think the statistics show that there's been, 48 marriages and 687 kids
Since
from
the start
Sydney
of-
Swans games.
Since the start of this season.
Unbelievable effort.
So they're calling on single supporters in the UK to apply as part of the production. You need to understand that you will not know the person you are going on the blind date with, but you'll have something in common, and that's your love for Arsenal. This is a really clever idea. You've got to be over 18. Would you make a bit of a deal like, if they score, we score?
It's
You know what I mean?
remember the story of the guy who met his partner. No, he didn't meet her at the soccer, but he's an Arsenal fan, and they had their first child.
Yep.
And he came up with the name Lanesra.
That's
Remember
right.
Lanesra? I really love the name Lanesra. No one else has it. It's unbelievable. Sucked his wife in. She said, you know what? That is a great name. Had the child. 6 months later, he revealed to her that it's Arsenal backwards. Lanesra. Great effort.
But that's your passion for the club. Do you know what I think I like about this? People say that going to the movies is a bad date because you're sitting side by side and you don't actually talk. There's a nice intimacy about it. But what I think is good about the footy is there are moments you can talk. But if it's not going well, you can also go, here we go. And you can point to the game and you can use it as a distraction. But so if she's talking about something or getting too heavy or too handsy, and there's a chance to embrace, like if they score, you're up and about, mate. You got your arms around each other, you're cheering with everybody else, and then you're trying to throw the tongue in at the same time.
There's a double-edged sword with it, though, because there is limited scoring in the world game.
Yeah.
When you do score, it's ecstasy. It's everyone is cheering and jumping around. But when it's a 0-0 draw, it's just I think that's a sign that you aren't compatible for each other because it's just boring.
Yeah, but what a great opportunity to go, hey, how can we find some sort of celebration tonight? You know, do you want to come back to my place for a couple of frothies? Ash, you're a huge footy fan. Ash, you love your sport and you love your footy. And you're famous for going on a couple of blind dates. Do you think this is a great idea? Like, would you want to go to the game on a blind date?
Look, I do think it's a good idea. I agree with your sentiment that going to the movies and sitting side by side in silence is awkward. So going to a game where you've got a common interest and...
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes a lot of sense.
Do you know, the only thing about... There's a lovely intimacy in the movies that if you felt like the kiss was the right thing to do, you could do it under the cover of darkness.
No,
right? But at the footy, it'd be really weird trying to make out at the footy.
Yeah, no, you can't be doing
especially if
that.
it's not one of the players, Ash, you know.
Kiss cam is quite popular as well, and you always have a chuckle at the end of it.
Kiss cam's great.
When you find out that the brother and sister are sitting next to each other, there's always a bit of a chuckle.
It's awkward.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe that would be a good tactic, Fitz. If there's 5 minutes to go in the game and they haven't looked like they've been bonding, you put kiss cam on them, and then you work out how the date's gone.
Well, but see, to add to this, right, to actually build it up even more, and maybe the Swannies should consider this because they do have the singles night, but why don't, like, if you meet someone that night, like the Arsenal dating, blind date, you meet them and it doesn't kick off, right? It doesn't go well. If the Swannies get up that night, if your date doesn't go well, you get to go out with Isaac Heaney afterwards. And I know that Isaac probably has got recovery and stuff like that and a few things to do, but this is, if you want the supporters there, Will Hayward. Unfortunately, I know you're in a relationship. Brodie Grundy, I know you're in a relationship, but Brode's bad luck, mate. Your recovery tonight is you're going on a date with poor Naomi over here who didn't get along with Dave.
Well, can the date be in the recovery session if they were both in an ice bath together, Fitz? You know, it's a step in the right direction.
Tommy Papley, you kicked 5 tonight, but you're going to kick 6 because here's Naomi and she's ready to go.
You'd be into that, Ash, wouldn't you?
Oh, Naomi's very busy. She's very busy. She's in the ice bath. She's
got a few lined up. Don't worry about that.
Get her down into the change rooms. She interviews the players for Channel 7 afterwards. You're taking it to another level.
Go, Naomi, go.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova player.